Hello guys, and welcome back to Strategic Command World War II World at War with our Axis playthrough. Italy has entered the war, and the push towards Paris is going very well, as you can see, at least in my opinion. The Low Countries have fallen, and Japan is, well, it's butting heads against China. One fun thing about Italy is I think for a couple turns I've been forgetting to move the second corps here directly onto the town I wanted it to protect, so it's there now. It doesn't have entrenchment, but you know, it's there now. Better late than never. Not that I expect this area to be particularly problematic, at least not yet. Oh hey, we actually got a destroyer over here too, huh? Wonder what the hell we can use that for. Something we're definitely going to do is take this Italian sub and move it down here to begin raiding. The convoy lines here have the Italians contribute to the raids. I don't want to send out the surface fleet while we still have France in the war. I feel like that might not be the best idea. We have 116 MPPs to spend. We still have some stuff here that I would like to get up to snuff. I'll start with the medium bombers. I don't believe that they'll come incredibly in handy, but I believe they could come in handy. We'll get this HQ up to snuff as well, which means this guy will have to wait, unfortunately for him. And we should probably start to move up onto Lyon and Marseille, even if we don't get anywhere. I mean, Italy sure didn't. We can at least move and scare them a little bit. I'll go ahead and move the first Italian army forward. Yeah, if we attack without prepared attack here and now, it is just not going to go very well for us at all. But we will move forward. We'll move forward in front of Lyon as well. We won't move past that. We're just going to move up and kind of get a front going. We'll move this tank forward into this mountain. That's like the stupidest words I think I could say, but we're going to do it. And it kind of spreads our supply over here. This cuts their supply line through here. They'll have to step out and fix that. Or, as you see, I can move across the river right now, and that's kind of like what I'm thinking. Not this instant due to supply limitations, but I could potentially cut Marseille off completely, and it only produces 7 supply by itself. So it can't max supply this hex, so it could give us an advantage potentially. Not that I think we'll actually really end up needing it. I can also go ahead and move the first corps here forward somewhere. Not sure where. I guess I'll go over here for now. Just kind of back things up. Even if it's not fully up to strength, it can at least do something. I'll take the first fighters here, and we're going to move those forward. Just move them forward. Just kind of get them into a little better position to cover everything over here. Maybe even cover some Germans up north. I don't really know that that reaches out that far, but you know, maybe it does. Let's not forget, we also have a new Italian sub that we can deploy right now. And buddy, oh boy, I'm going to deploy it. So let's deploy it right over here in Palermo. Just keep it in the dock for now so it can join the other sub in raiding soon. That'll be great. 2 subs are better than 1, you know, until they move all this stuff here, which I'm sure they will. But even then, we could probably get the subs out of here. They don't need to stay in here. The surface fleet's going to waste enough time here. The subs can head out and assist the Germans with convoy raiding, I think. Over here on the Chinese front, we can see the Chinese have been doing a very good job about reinforcing all the losses we inflict, meaning that they are spending a lot of money on just reinforcements. It's probably slowing them down from research and probably a number of other things as well, I would imagine. So we want to stay on the offensive where we can. Our planes can all get elite reinforcements, and quite frankly, I'm just going to give them the elite reinforcements. It's going to be expensive, but it's going to make them more effective. Okay, well this one cannot, because it's not in good enough supply. I can move this one to get it into better supply, given how well the front line here is going. It just has to get into supply 6. Actually, it's in a place that has this. It's just, it's losing it because it's not directly connected to an HQ. Well, this is 8 and this is 8, so I imagine, and you can reach all the way out there. Yeah, I imagine this would give you enough supply if I just move you there. Elite reinforcements here for sure, so we're not using any air power right now, but that's fine. Kind of got this set up so we don't really need the air power. Theoretically, we're going to take the Central Expedition Army, and we are going to continue battering down this corps on the front here, whose entrenchment is only half now due to the constant barrages we've been putting in on it. We dealt 2 damage. We took no damage, which is good. That's exactly what it said we would get. We will go ahead and now also attack with the 13th Army, which can get elite reinforcements because it has XP, but we're just going to attack as is for right now, trying to keep up the pressure. Rather than spend, we force them to spend as best as we can. As you see, it's we might have to lose stuff to keep battering away with them. Like with this 3rd army, 1-to-1, maybe not the best odds. Maybe not the best trade. But you know it's a damn fine trade. The 34th Army here, which can get 5 kills on the 5th enemy corps here. Let's go ahead and attack. 5 kills, yep, there it is. And no losses. Fucking incredible. We'll take the 1st Kwantung Army and attack that same corps. Dealing 3 damage. Okay, that's not quite as good as it said we would get, unfortunately, but it is something. I would really value some mobility right now, and I don't think they can really break through this mountain anyway, given the presence of armies nearby. Oh, what the hell is this? Is that only has 5 supply? How the fuck does this only have 5 supply on Wuhan? What the hell? That's so weird. Okay, well, I'm gonna take this corps. We're gonna move it forward towards Chen Chao. And we are going to attack that core. Ah, we can't kill it though. But we'll attack. Oh, we shattered it though. Oh, it's dead. Oh, okay, never mind. I said we can't kill it. We can kill it, turns out. The mud here is making it just incredibly difficult to move my units around, is something I can certainly attest to. How is supply moving through here? Directly through here or like more through here? I don't want this guy to get cut off since I moved something. Over here, closer to the north, we're gonna start taking some more bites out of the 42nd Army, batter away at it. Starting with the 11th Regional Army here. We dealt 3 damage and we took 1. Okay, that's better than it said we would do. We'll swap the other army in that we moved off this corner of the front and attack again. We dealt 1 damage, we took 2 damage. Alright, that went like way worse than advertised. We'll take the 17th Army and we will attack. We dealt 5 damage. We took 1. Holy shit. Okay. Alright. I like how this is going. We could try to finish it off with the 6th Army. We finish it off with the 6th Army. They just lost an entire motherfucking army. We have absolutely no one that is capable of actually moving in to take this fortification, unfortunately. However, we can at least get the North Chinese Front Army to move forward, extend our zone of control in this region, and maybe prevent the enemy from moving forward, or at least make it so that they really have to shuffle things around to make moving in there like a more feasible goal. Also, this extends my supply lines in a way. So actually, I might move this bomber up to right about here. Yeah, it seems good to me. This corps is going to move forward very slowly through the mud. This one's still just kind of like holding, defending the HQ. I might wait till this one's here and then they'll both move forward. Kind of stress the Chinese out a little bit more. Maybe extend this southern front. Now that I have this push going through, I kind of almost wish I had more land units, but that is not something I technically need. Now, I will reinforce this 3rd Army on the front line. I don't feel like attacking with him if he's just going to lose stuff. The 1-to-1 trade against a corps is not very motivating. Everything else, I believe, has been taken care of in one way or another. We still have 231 MPPs remaining as Japan. I will start some more research because that sounds like a smart thing. I will go ahead and put this research into advanced fighters because we know probably eventually we might end up dealing with some fighters that America sends over to China. So it's better we be prepared now. I will go ahead and transport the 2 garrisons that had spawned a little time ago. Transport them over pretty much immediately. We have enough MPPs to do that, certainly. Drop them off so that they can go replace these other 2 corps, one of which still needs its infantry weapon upgrade. So here you go, infantry weapons level 1. And with that, we have spent all the MPPs for everyone that I want to spend MPPs on. We've done pretty much everything I'm going to do this turn, this March 15th. So we're about to hit end turn and bring it over to the next month. Hitting the button. Let's see what happens. Allied, yeah, Norway, German convoys getting fucked up, not surprised. Tech, anti-tank weapons research, ground attack for Japan, nice, nice, alright. Minus 100 for invading Norway, German MPPs, ah yeah, that'll be 2 turns of 100, okay. That's gonna hurt for 2 turns, but it should be fine overall. Shouldn't hurt too much, the invasion's going pretty well towards Paris, if I do say so myself. Okay, we have movement on the Chinese front. HQ's moving away out of sight. We got this army running further west towards Paris on the French front. Some Chinese corps moving forward. Lots of reinforcement. This garrison is rushing forward to this front. Don't know where the fuck it thinks it's going. Why is a garrison moving to the front? Seems like a silly thing to do, but you know, that's the AI. And they're trying to bomb us. Looks like a strat bomber. They did damage to our panzers on the front next to Paris that have cut off Paris from Caen in the west. Something's taking damage, but I didn't see what. We have interceptors flying to defend against some French bombers. These might be medium bombers, too. They might not be strat bombers. I think our tanks might have gotten bombed twice. Because they're at 5 HP now. I don't know. Something didn't really display right there, I think. Oh, oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Allies are marching in from the west. That's wonderful. In Ethiopia. Destroyer is going after our submarine. Okay. Well, it was about an even trade. They still don't have ASW, I think, so that's fine. Oh, but a carrier is now deciding to bomb. Okay. Did 2 damage? Yeah, some of these are like freezing the game and like not showing it properly, which is kind of weird, but whatever. Hey, they're just bombing the shit out of this. Also, I don't know if it's displaying properly on OBS. It may just be displaying improperly on my screen. I'm not really sure. Enemy contact. Oh my god. That's a troop transport. That's a... Why is there a troop transport here? And we just almost annihilated it with a sub. And then like an enemy light cruiser showed up. Which is this, French or British? I think this is French. British Empire amends its convoy routes. Yep, there you go. Just in time for our Italian raiders to not do anything. We at least disrupted Egypt and the UK, and South Africa and the UK, so that's something. But we didn't take a lot of MPPs from them. That movement really helped them for that time being. Let's see. It's understood King Christian of Denmark can be persuaded to accept protectorate status on the condition we provide a subsidy to the Danish economy of 100 MPPs at 25 per turn for 4 turns. Whether we choose diplomacy or military force to secure Denmark, we should make our move soon. Consolidate the country in our hands. Would you like to diplomatically invite the king to accept protectorate status from Germany in April? This could be a good opportunity for us to move in peacefully, as Alberg, in the northern part of Jutland, could be used as an air base for the protection of iron ore shipments from Norway. If you say yes, then a garrison unit will deploy in Copenhagen. There is a very slim chance that we may be able to garrison Iceland before Great Britain has enough time to occupy the island. Although we are unlikely to achieve it, a successful seizure of Iceland would of course be a tremendous blow to the Allies, as Iceland could potentially offer critical U-boat and air base for us. A critical U-boat and air base, okay, that's grammar, in the North Atlantic. Yeah, sure. I don't think this is historical, right? Because Germany actually invaded and moved in, but this is like something else you can do? 100 MPPs, 25 per turn for 4 turns. And I get a garrison out of it, and then I don't have to move forces to invade Denmark? Yeah, sure. That sounds worth it to me. I doubt we'll get Iceland, but... German forces move into Denmark. Okay, so I guess they've already said yes. Demonstrations against Danish government cause disruptions in Reykjavik. Okay. Oh, a Congo battleship, German medium bombers. Okay, so for right now, we have occupied Iceland. I don't know if we're gonna keep it, because I know in real life the UK invades this and then eventually gives it to America. Same thing with Greenland. Due to the nature of that having been an event, I was hoping it wouldn't count as Axis occupied, but that it would literally join us. But unfortunately, no, it is still occupied. But hey, we got a garrison, the Copenhagen garrison. They don't have any partisans that I have to worry about, it seems. Nope. Although I do fear that I will probably end up losing Greenland and Iceland. Because again, in real life, the UK, well, they did that, and then they gave that to America. And that's what I expect to happen. It's what happened in my playthrough as the Allies. Quick recap, I forgot that I had paused the recording to step away for a moment, but I took this army and these 2 corps, I attacked this corps, brought it from like 10 down to 2, we didn't lose anything in the attack, and then I took the panzer tank that was right here, and we went around this way, and we attacked the fighter, which was at, I don't remember, like 4 HP remaining. We dealt 3, it ran away to the Maginot. That's where we are right now. And I'm happy with moving this tank. This tank is at only 5, but I'm not too worried about it getting hurt. The French would have to really move something over here to, I don't know, they'd have to move something that they need somewhere else to actually do any damage to my tank. So I'm not too worried about that. With the current situation, we do have to go kind of far out of our way to actually hurt Paris because it's at 12 supply, it's at 6 entrenchment. We're gonna have to really batter it down. That might include taking some losses. So we're gonna want to surround it as much as possible and get ready for maybe a little bit of a bloody siege. But once Paris falls, there's a good chance that the whole country falls. I'll end up taking the 14th Army here. We're going to move that just north of Paris. I'm going to take the 1st FSJ paratroops here and move that just northeast of Paris. I'm going to take the 7th FSJ paratroops. Don't know how I went from 1 to 7, but that's going to go just northwest of Paris. And we're getting Paris nice and surrounded now, getting ready. But we'll have to make sure to maintain our lines as well. Unfortunately, right now, only one of my attack bombers is actually in range to bomb Paris. But there is also the medium bombers. I want to get as many tactical bombers, I think, move forward into range where they can bomb Paris. We can start with what we have, however. So let's take the tactical bombers first. And we're going to go ahead and bomb Paris. They had no fighter coverage over it. That's always nice. We'll take the medium bombers and we'll do the same thing. Okay, we dealt 1 damage. And I think we're hurting the readiness and morale. That second one actually hurt the entrenchment of Paris. And now we have even... Oh, okay. We do have some ability to kill something without any further bombing. Okay, so we're making progress. Honestly, I'm far more concerned with Paris than I am with any of this stuff over here, so we're just gonna start attacking like right now. So let's take the 14th Army here and we'll attack. These are all blitz attacks, I believe. I don't believe any of these are prepared. I believe everybody here has moved except for this panzer tank. So let's take the 14th Army and attack the Reserve Corps in France. We dealt 1 damage, okay, took none, lowered their everything a little bit more, getting better odds on attacks now. We'll take the 7th paratroops here and attack again. No damage dealt, unfortunately. We kind of failed the odds there, but everything else of theirs, their stats have gone down again. We'll take the 1st paratroops and attack. Damn, even with better odds and an elite reinforcement, we still failed. We took their entrenchments down and the morale is lower. But we're not really doing so hot otherwise. Oh, what was that? We're not doing so hot otherwise on weakening them, unfortunately. I'm gonna take these panzers, I'm gonna move them around to fully encircle Paris completely. I'm gonna take the 4th Army here and I'm gonna move it down as far as it can go. And oh my god, attack. 3 damage dealt. None taken. Woo! I like that. I'm going to take the 3rd Army here. It's not going to attack up here. It's going to move down south and shore up this front against the enemy 1st Army is what it's going to do. We will finish off the 1st Corps here by moving these 5th Panzer tanks. We're going to move them over here just to the west. We're going to attack the 1st French Corps here, killing them, getting a national morale bonus and hurting the enemy's national morale. Unfortunately, taking damage that we really didn't expect to take as well. That's sad. We do need to take this spot, but we can also just maybe run through it. And maybe not. I'll step on it with the actual army. Okay, that's good. And we're going to want to move some other units forward here. We'll take this corps and we'll move it up to Amiens to take up some defensive positions for the time being. We will... It's hard to know how to move forward from here, though, is an issue. I think I'll just move the 8th Army as far up as it can go. This corps probably really doesn't need to move up at all at the moment. We do want to move an HQ or both forward, ideally. At least one of them. Let's move the one in Antwerp up to Lille. Don't know how to say it. Tactical bomber here will also move forward. Not sure by how much. The front line seems mostly safe for now, so I think I could just move it up to here to this mine. We're going to want to bring some fighters forward to accompany it. Also, these tactical bombers ideally as well, to get a little bit closer to Paris. So we're going to send that up. I'll keep this fighter here for fighter coverage. But we have a lot of other fighters. We have like 2 more, I believe. Yeah. I will move the 1st fighters over hither to provide more fighter coverage and protection for all of our units in the area. And what's supply like over here? I'll move this fighter forward a little bit, just provide a little bit of additional spaced out protection for everything. And then I believe that's good on the Parisian front. I don't plan to attack anything else. I can attack other things. Oh, for example, these tanks can also attack here. They can attack Paris, and they can do pretty well now that we softened it up. So let's go ahead and try. 2 damage dealt, none taken. 1 damage dealt, none taken. All right, shit, Paris is probably gonna fall next turn, and that's gonna be that. Don't know if that's fast or slow or what, but I'm pretty proud of the speed this is going. Let's take the third army and just say fuck it. Let's just deal damage to them. Let's distract them. Make it harder for them to defend. We're gonna loot a bunch of MPPs from killing them anyway. This shouldn't hurt me, really. We'll attack the first army since it's out of entrenchment. With our own army, we dealt 2 damage. We took 1 damage. That is worse than it said we were gonna do. But we still did, you know, decently well. We'll attack with our core as well. Cores are not as expensive. We dealt 1 damage. We took 2 damage. That is the opposite of what it said was going to happen. But you know what? That's just this fucking situation that we keep finding ourselves in, isn't it? I can swap this core with the Slovakian core. 1 to 1. Well, it's with an army, so let's just go ahead and do it. Dealt 1 damage. Took 1 damage. Yeah, army versus core. I mean, I think that's pretty worth it. They have to spend more to reinforce things, especially armies. And that can hopefully stop them from reinforcing, you know, like their planes and stuff, and really doing anything to stop us from taking Paris. Because taking Paris, that's just the most important thing. It's currently April. It's very muddy. As we can see, the snow has passed. Looking at the Navy, it appears we intercepted a transport of the 1st UK Corps. That is part of the BEF. And now it's over here. Which has me believing... Why would it be here and not going back to the UK? Well, theoretically, because they're sending it to Egypt. Wouldn't that make sense? That's the only reason I can see, unless they went down here to leave. But still, it came from the north. So there might be other things around here as well. I'm not sure. But holy fucking shit, Batman, can we do a fuck ton of damage out here? Okay, we can sink the Belfast light cruiser right now. Or attempt to. Let's attempt to. And we did it. We just sank a light cruiser. That's a 400 national morale bonus, baby. Holy fucking shit. I'm gonna go exploring. Just kind of down a path. Okay, we didn't run into anything. I was kind of curious. Well, I can't find any others, but you'll get to raiding over there. We sank the 1st Corps. That's another dead UK unit. That's pretty nice. Oh! Ah! Oh, that's a Canadian destroyer. Okay, dealt 1 damage to us. We dealt 1 damage to it. Not a great situation to find yourself in, but here we are. It's probably serving as an escort. I imagine the whole BEF is out here. The army and the 2 corps. We just sank one of the corps. Definitely a lesser victory, but a victory nonetheless. Plus getting a light cruiser. They're being very active with their naval ships. And it's not really working out for them. Holy fucking shit! They have a lot of... They're basically blockading this route right here. Which is unfortunate. You know, that's kind of what I tried to do with Germany. I tried to blockade them out and stop them from doing anything. And that's definitely something they're accomplishing. How should I get this back then? If I can't get through here, and we don't have Norway yet. We are going to get Norway, though. It is going to be ours. It's just not ours yet. I might just go stop this over by, like, Greenland or something. It would be safer to come out here to start until I know what's going to go on over here. When Norway flips to being ours, then all the ports open up to us. And then we can place bombers, like naval bombers. We don't have any now, but we could end up placing them, or medium bombers, to just harass any ships that are out here, so that's a thing. Well, even with a supply of 5, you can recuperate up to strength 8. So I'm gonna just head direct northwest and kind of leave my options open to out here with this sub for the time being. This other sub, I don't know what it's... I think it was also going somewhere to try to recuperate. And I'm thinking I might do the same thing with it. So for now, we're just gonna send it down here so it can raid, and then send it northwest afterwards. With Germany, we have 203 MPPs remaining. I think I will spend this by going into research, and we are going to research production technology. It's only 150, and it will make making new units and maybe even reinforcing them cheaper. I don't know, but I know it's important, so we're gonna get that. That leaves me 53 MPPs, which I will take into diplomacy, and I will put my final German chit into Turkey. There you go. So that's all of Germany's MPPs and all of Germany's units as well. Italy needs to do some reinforcing down here. We're going to reinforce this garrison up to max. It's fully entrenched, as is this HQ. This core is not fully reinforced, so we're going to reinforce that up to 8. 22 MPPs that cost. It's probably, yeah, it's the highest we can get it. unfortunately. We still can't get this HQ up any higher. I think the HQ is kind of safe on this spot. The enemy supply probably isn't going to stretch out very far here. I remember fighting here. It's a fucking nightmare for supply, no matter who you are. It's just a complete nightmare. But we'll see. I could easily swap this core in if I needed to. I don't need to at the moment. This core will also be in pretty good reach, but we'll just have to see what they do. I can't do a whole lot down here myself at the moment. Oh yeah, and down here, oh my god, everything here has changed. There's so many things to raid here, especially along this line right here, but now we can go even further east and still intercept a lot of stuff without having to worry as much about anybody's navies. So I think that's what I'm gonna want to kind of relegate to these ships right here. Ideally, we don't want to go here. Let's shift downwards, right? And then let's come down here and let's hug, I guess, what is this? New Zealand to UK. Let's just hug here. I don't think they'll have any planes to shoot at us with, so I'm not too concerned about that. I don't think they'll have any ships down here either. I really don't know. But I'll get kind of close to this port. We'll come down here. Still a good raiding spot on just all of that stuff. We have a Italian destroyer here. I'm not really sure if that's worth the points right now. I don't think it is. Italy has 3 chits they can start throwing into diplomacy as well, but you know, that's expensive. Dealing damage with Italy probably doesn't matter like at all. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to take these tanks and we're going to march over here to this mine. It's worth 15 national morale. So yeah, just charge in, take the mine. And if we just keep doing that, we should hurt them quite a bit. This hurts. Oh my god, 20 MPP value? Well, that's ours now. They're not getting it. We're gonna reinforce the first core here, get that up to full strength, kind of just maintaining our lines in the meantime. We don't really need to push any further or try to hurt anything. We really can't hurt anything without bombing anyway, and there's not exactly a lot of good targets for that. Aside from research and buying new units, there isn't a whole lot to do with Italy's MPPs remaining. I think I'm going to put it into diplomacy for now because I think that's pretty important. I think Yugoslavia is still fine for now with 30% chance of success. I am tempted to put more into them because the invasion of Greece begins in October, and ideally Yugoslavia will have joined us by that point. 30% chance, I don't know if that's enough to actually accomplish that goal or not. But we could just keep rolling the dice and I could just take this right now, put it into Turkey. We have 3 chits to allocate as Italy. So we'll have more chance to assign the other 2 chits if I feel like I need 35 or 40% for that. We just have to kind of see how it goes. We're in April. There's May, June, July, August, September, October. We still have like 6 months. Fuck it. You know what? We'll just put that first point over here into Yugoslavia. You're still maintaining around the 1/3 mark of chance of success. This is probably really excessive, but if France is about to fall, right, then I can move units to prepare for the invasion of Greece to make it a really heavy initial invasion. But to do that, we need to have Yugoslavia having joined us first. So ideally, France is about to fall, maybe at the end of next turn, and then Yugoslavia joins us, maybe in 2 turns, maybe 3. And then we shift all the Italian forces over here to prepare for the invasion of Greece. And then maybe the Germans don't even need to focus on that at all. And then they, except for maybe committing Yugoslavian forces. And then they just shift over and prepare to invade the Soviets. I don't know, that's my best idea for right now. Let me know what you guys think I should do. I'm kind of thinking this one out as we go. That's all we have time for today though, so thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.